Welcome to software testing. Today the topic for today is triangle program. We'll be discussing about triangle program, simple version. The triangle program accepts three integers a, b and c as input. These are taken to be the sides of the triangle. The output of the program is the type of the triangle determined by three sides: equilateral, isosceles, scalene, or not a triangle. So this program is all about triangle program, where we are going to read the input as three sides of the triangle, and the expected output would be whether you can form a triangle. If you can form a triangle, then tell me the type of the triangle, whether it is isosceles triangle or equilateral triangle or scalene triangle, or you cannot form a triangle at all. You have to specify what type of the triangle based on the input. This is the problem statement. Next we'll see the program. Okay, this is a structured program and improved version of the program. The triangle program accepts three integers, as I informed you earlier. It takes three sides of the triangle a, b and c as input. These are taken to be the sides of the triangle. The integers a, b, c must satisfy the following conditions. So these are the specified condition. It should satisfy this condition. That is, whenever you are reading the value of a, it should be greater than equal to 1 and it should be less than equal to 200. So the lower limit will be 1, upper limit will be 200. So when you are reading the side for a, so the range starts from 1 to 200. So always whatever the value you are reading for a, it should be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 200. Similarly, for the second side, that is b, the value of b should be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 200. Similarly for c, it should be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 200. Only then we can tell whether this forms a triangle or not. The range for a, b, c value is 200, that is 1 to 200. Lower limit value is 1 and upper limit value is 200. So then we'll see the condition C4, C5, C6. What is this conditions? See, when you can form a triangle, you have to satisfy one condition. That is, if you can form a triangle, this condition should be satisfied. Then only you can form a triangle. What is the condition? So the conditions are like this: A less than B plus C and B less than C plus A, C less than A plus B. That means all these three conditions, if it is satisfied, then only you can form a triangle. So what is the C4 condition? A should be less than B plus C. C5 condition, B should be less than A plus C. And C6 condition, C should be less than A plus B. If all the three conditions, if it is satisfied, so then only you can form a triangle. When all this C4, C5, C6 conditions satisfied, then you have to tell me the type of the triangle. If all are true, then you can form a triangle. Then you have to tell me what is the type of the triangle you can form. So the output of the program is the type of the triangle determined by three sides. If all the three sides are equal, then we say that it's an equilateral triangle. If two sides are equal, then it is isosceles triangle. If none of the sides, all three sides are not equal, then we call it a scalene, or you cannot form a triangle at all. So this is the output of the program. So next we'll discuss about the program. So if the values of A, B, C satisfies the condition C4, C5, C6, one of the four mutually exclusive outputs should be given. What is that? If all three sides are equal, then the program should output equilateral triangle. If only one pair of the sides is equal, that is two sides are equal, then the program outputs it's an isosceles. If no pair of the sides is equal, then the program outputs it's a scalene. If none of the conditions satisfied, that is C4, C5, C6, then it is not met, then the program output you cannot form a triangle. So this is what the four outputs you can have. One among this four you can have as an output for triangle program. Let us see how the improved version of the triangle program is being constructed. So this is the improved version of the triangle program, okay, with improved specification. So it's a structured programming of improved version. This program is actually written in Fortran, okay. In Fortran, to declare a variables, we use dim, okay, followed by the variables as type. What is the type? Integer type. Similarly, we have C1, C2, C3 variables. It is of type dim, okay. To declare variables, we will use dim, and it is of Boolean type. Okay, these are all the variables. Is a triangle is also a variable. It is of Boolean type. Now step 1. What is the first step in triangle program is you have to read the input. Okay, so we have do until loop. Okay, so do loop starts. Then you are going to just print the output statement saying that enter the three integer which are sides of the triangle. You are going to read the input from user. So to read the input in Fortran, we use input statement, okay, open parenthesis, followed by the variables segregated by commas. So A, comma B, comma C. C1 is equal to whatever the value you read, it should be within the range. We are checking whether the value lies within the range. For example, now let me check. A value I have read as 5, B value I have read as 5, C value I have read as 5. So A is greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 200, condition true. So since C1 is of Boolean type, it is set to true. Okay, C1 is set to true. For Boolean, you can have two possible. One is true and the other one is false. Since it is within the range, now C1 will be set to true. Because A value, whatever you have read, it is within the range. Similarly for B, it is also within the range. That is 5 we have read for the B. So 5 is within the range. So C2 also set to true. C3, again for C value we have read as 5. So 5 is greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to 200. Both the condition is satisfied. So it is set to true. Now C1, C2, C3 all set to true. If not of C1. If not of C1 means what? That is, if at all, if we have true, okay, then not of C1 means it becomes false. If it is, if at all, if you have false, okay, if you have false, then C1 will not be within the range, okay. C1 is not within the range. Value is not within the range. Again, we have to repeat this loop. Now, not of C1, okay, that is not of C1, this is false, okay. Again, since we have true, 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 so not of C1 will become false, again false, again false. So all are false. Again, this loop will not be repeated. So it will come out of the loop. and then prints A, B, C value 5, 5, 5. Okay, then sides of the A, B, C are 5, 5, 5. Next, step 2 is a triangle. Then you have to check phi is less than B plus C. That is, phi is less than B plus C means 5 plus 5 is 10. Again, and 5 plus 5 is 10. That is, A plus C is 5. The 5 plus 5 is 10. And C is the value of C is 5. Less than A value is 5 and B value is 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So all the conditions are true since A less than B plus C and B less than A plus C and C less than A plus B. All the condition is being satisfied. 5 less than 10, again 5 less than 10, 5 less than 10. Then it is a triangle variable is set to true. Now it will come out of this and it will tell you can form a triangle. Is a triangle, since all three condition is satisfied, you can form a triangle. So is a triangle is set to true. So you are going to if you have true, then you are going to enter to the step 3. Determine the triangle type. You have to tell what triangle it is. If is a triangle is true, yes, so you are going to come inside and you are going to tell if A equal to B and B equal to C. If both the condition is satisfied, that is phi equal to 5, phi equal to 5, all three sets are 5, then output equilateral triangle. This is how you are going to execute the Fortran program. So this comes out of this and exits the program. Similarly, let me read another input. Okay. Another input. So if we are taking A, B value as 5, 5 and C value, let me take as C value, let me take as 6. So all are within the range. We are going to read the values. Okay, all are within the range. That is 5 is less than that is A is less greater than 5 and less than 200. B is greater than 5 and less than 200. Similarly, 6 is greater than 1 and less than 200. So condition is set to true. Okay. So similarly, we are going to check the conditions. So since it is true, it is values are within the range. So we will exit from this particular loop. Okay. And then we are going to print A, B, C values. Is a triangle is true, A less than B plus C and B less than A plus C and C less than A plus B. All these conditions are true. Sorry. Yes, that is 5 less than 11. B is 5. C is 6. So it will be 11. Next, B is 5 less than 11. Okay. Then again C less than. C is 6. 6 less than 10. Condition true. So is a triangle is set to true. Then we are going to determine the type of the triangle. Determine the type of the triangle. If is a triangle, if A equal to B and B equal to C, 5 equal to 5, condition true, and it is. Both the conditions should be satisfied. Then 5 equal to 6, condition false. It will come to the else if. A not equal to B, 5 not equal to 5, condition. Here it is true, 5 is equal to 5. And A not equal to C, okay, that is 5 not equal to 6, true, okay, but here it is false, okay, false, true, true, you will be getting false itself. So it will come to the else part and prints it's an isosceles because one pair of the sides is equal. 5, 5, 6 is the input which we have read. So you will be getting the output as isosceles. Okay. Suppose if I take 3, 4, 5 as input, since it's in within the range, okay, we will come out of this loop, okay, and prints ABC values, and then we are going to check 3, 4, 5. That is 3 is three is less than B plus C, 4 plus 5 is 9. Again, and this condition also should be satisfied. B is what? 4. 4 less than 3 plus 5 is 8, and C. C is that is C is what? 5. 5 less than 3 plus 4 is 7. Condition true. Is a triangle is set to true. Now you can determine the type of the triangle. Is a triangle is true. So if A is equal to B, what is my A value? 3. B is 4. A is equal to B, false. So it will come to else if A not equal to B, 3 not equal to 4, condition true. Then A not equal to C, 3 not equal to 5, condition true. Again B not equal to C, 4 not equal to 5, condition true. Then it will output the scale triangle. So this is how we can determine the type of the triangle. Since we have read 3, 4, 5, none of the sides are equal, so you can say it is a scale triangle. Suppose we have not a triangle. For this also we'll read input as 2, 3, 4. So all 2, 3, 4, it is within the range. So it will come out of this repeat until loop, and then prints 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is sorry, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 you can read as an input 2, 3, 4, and 2 is less than 2 is less than 3 plus 4, that is 7, condition true. Again 3 is less than A plus C, condition true. Again 4 is less than that is 2 plus 3. So you will be forming the scale triangle again. We'll read 1, 2, 3 as an input. Okay, all are within the range. It will exit the repeat until loop, and then we are going to print the ABC value 1, 2, 3. 1 is less than 2 plus 3 is 5, condition true. 2 is less than 1 plus 3 is 4. Again 3 is less than 1 plus 2. It is condition fails. Now else statements gets executed. Is a triangle is set to false. Now is a triangle, if it is true it comes inside, or else it will go to the else part. So is a triangle is false, so it will come to the else part and prints not a triangle. For 1, 2, 3 you cannot form a triangle, though it is within the range, but still you cannot form a triangle. So this is how we are going to write the improved version of the triangle program. This is about the triangle program. Next, we'll discuss about simple automatic teller machine. So, simple automatic teller machine. So, we'll be discussing about the simple automatic teller machine. The working of the ATM, simple ATM automatic teller machine. Actually, simple automatic teller machine system communicates with bank customer via 15 screens where customer can select any 3 types of transactions. One is deposit, the other one is withdrawal, next one is balance inquiry. These transactions can be done on 2 types of accounts like checking and saving accounts. When a bank customers arrives to the ATM machine, screen 1 gets displayed. This is the screen 1. When as you enter to the simple automatic teller machine, this screen 1 gets displayed, where the customer can access the ATM with the plastic card encoded with the personal account number, which is a key to the customer account file. So you'll be having the card, you can insert the card, where in that card you will be having a PAN, okay, personal account number, which is a key to the customer account file in the bank. Okay, it's an account number, account to your bank. If the customer's PAN matches the information in the customer account file, so as you insert the card, if it matches the PAN number, that is PAN personal account number with the customer's account file, then system presents screen 2. So system will present from screen 1 to screen 2. When you insert a card and if the PAN matches with the account file which is present in the bank, then screen 2 get displayed. At screen 2, the customer is prompted to enter his or her personal identification number. That is, customer will be asked to enter the PIN. If the PIN is correct, then screen 5 gets displayed. Otherwise, screen 3 is displayed. If you enter correct PIN, then screen 5 get displayed. Otherwise, it will display the screen 3. Your PIN is incorrect. Please try again. This is what the message will be getting. If it is correct, you can select the transactions, balance, deposit, withdrawal. The customer has 3 chances to get the PIN correct. After the PIN failures, screen 4 is displayed. The customer will have 3 chances to enter the correct PIN. If he loses to enter the correct PIN, then screen 4 gets displayed. You will be having invalid ATM card. It will be retained in the machine itself. At screen 5, system will add 2 pieces of information to the customer's account file. So if it is PIN is successful, that means it is matching, then screen 5 get displayed. So it will add 2 pieces of information. One is current date, because you should know when the transaction you are doing, and increments to the number of ATM session. How many ATM sessions you have done? That increments to the number of ATM sessions will be added as a 2 piece of information. After the customer selects the desired transaction from the screen 5, the system immediately displays screen 6. So once the customer selects the desired transaction, then the system will display screen 6. Balances. So we will get the balance. If the balance is requested, screen 14 is displayed. If you request for the balance, then screen 14 will be displayed. Your new balance is being printed. Another transaction, it will just display the new balance, and then it will ask for you wanted to do any another transaction. If a deposit is required, the status of the deposit envelope slot is determined from the field in the terminal control file. If no problem is known, system displays screen 7. If deposit is required, then it will display the screen 7. Okay. If no problem is known, then system displays screen 7 to get the transaction amount. If the problem occurs with the deposit envelope, okay, then system displays screen 12. So temporarily you are unable to process the deposit, another transaction. So if you don't have any problems, then you can screen 7 will get displayed. You have to enter the amount, how much you are depositing in terms of multiples of 10. And then if any problem has occurred while doing the deposit, then it will display the that is screen 12, unable to process the deposit, another transactions. Once the deposit amount has been entered, the system displays screen 13. So once you have entered the how much deposit you have to do it, then screen 13 get displayed. Please insert the deposit into the deposit slot. Whatever the amount you are entering, that has to be deposit in the deposit slot. Accepts the deposit envelope and process the deposit. If withdrawal is requested, so if you request for the withdrawal, the system checks the status of the withdrawal in the terminal control file. If the jam screen 10 gets displayed, otherwise screen 7 is displayed so that the customer can enter the withdrawal amount. Suppose you are wanted to do the withdrawal, then if there is some jam, then screen 10 get displayed, temporarily unable to process your withdrawal, another transaction. Yes, if so, then you are going to enter the amount, withdrawal amount you have to enter in terms of the multiples of the $10. Okay. Once the withdrawal amount is entered, system will check the terminal status file to see if it has enough money to dispense. It will actually check its account file whether it has the enough money to dispense. Okay. If it does not have enough money, then screen 9 get displayed. Machine can dispense only so and so notes. Okay. Otherwise, withdrawal will be processed. If you have enough money, then the withdrawal amount will be processed. System checks the customer balance. If the funds are insufficient, screen 8 is displayed. Suppose the system will check the status. If there is a insufficient balance, then screen 8 get displayed, insufficient funds, please enter the new amount. It will ask for the entering the new amount. If the balance is sufficient, then screen 11 get displayed, your balance is being updated, please take cash from the dispenser. So if you have the enough money, screen 11 get displayed, you can collect in the dispenser. When no button is pressed in the screen 10, 12 and 14. So 10, 12, 14, if you press another transaction no, then system presents the screen 15 and returns the ATM card. So it will present the screen 15. Please take your receipt and ATM card. Thank you. Or else it will return the if you press the S button, it is pressed in screen like 10, 12, 14. System presents the screen 5. If you press the S button from screen 10, 12, 14, then again screen 5 gets displayed so that the customer can select another transaction. This is how your simple automatic teller machine works. So these are the 15 screens we have where the communications happen between each and every screens based on the selection of the transaction types. This is about simple automatic teller machine. Thank you.